the Himalayan river systems. The three important Himalayan rivers are the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, and the Indus. These rivers are among the longest and largest rivers in the world. These rivers, along with their tributaries, make up the most important river systems for India and also the neighboring countries. We will first look at the Indus River system. The Indus originates in Tibet from Lake Mansarovar. As you can see, it starts out with its first tributary, the Sutlej. From here, it flows west and enters India through Ladakh. The picturesque valley you see here is the result of the continuous flow of the Indus. Here, the Indus is further strengthened by its tributaries, like the Zanskar River. The other tributaries that join the Indus in the Kashmir region are the Nubra, the Shyok, and the Hansa. The Indus then passes through Baltistan and Gilgit, located right on the border between India and Pakistan. The main tributaries like the Sutlej, the Beas, the Ravi, the Chenab, and the Jhelum join the Indus at Mithankot in Pakistan. The confluence of these rivers now flows further south and drains into the Arabian Sea, eastwards from Karachi city. The Indus covers a distance of 2,900 kilometers before reaching its destination. Although largely in Pakistan, approximately one-third of the Indus River system is located in the Indian states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab. In 1960, Jawaharlal Nehru and Muhammad Ayub Khan, the President of Pakistan, signed a treaty known as the Indus Water Treaty. According to this treaty, India could use 20% of the total water carried by the Indus River system. India's share of the water is mainly used for irrigation in Punjab, Haryana, and the southern and western parts of Rajasthan. Now let's look at the Ganga River system. The river Ganga, as we know, is the longest river in India and originates from the Gangotri Glacier in the Himalayas. The Ganga starts off as the Bhagirathi and is joined by the Alaknanda at Devaprayag in Uttaranchal. The river then emerges onto the northern plains at Haridwar. The major tributaries that strengthen the Ganga are the Yamuna, which starts out from the Yamunotri Glacier in the Himalayas and runs parallel to the Ganga, and finally joins it at Allahabad. The other tributaries are the Ghagara, the Gandak, and the Kosi rivers. All these rivers originate in the Nepal Himalayas. These rivers make the soil fertile, but are also capable of flooding, which causes widespread damage in the region. Not all tributaries of the Ganga originate from the Himalayas though. There are some, like the Chambal, the Betwa, and the Son, which start out from the semi-arid areas in the peninsular uplands. They are heavily dependent on the rains, and hence do not carry much water with them. They also run much shorter courses than their Himalayan counterparts. The peninsular tributaries that join the Ganga are the Chambal and the Betwa rivers. The river Son joins the Ganga in Bihar. The Ganga, now strengthened by all its tributaries, flows eastwards as a single river till Farakka in West Bengal. At Farakka, the great river breaks into a distributary known as the Bhagirathi Hooghly, and finally drains into the Bay of Bengal. The main stream of the Ganga flows southwards into Bangladesh. By now, the Ganga has travelled a distance of over 2,500 kilometers from its source. In Bangladesh, it is joined by the Brahmaputra. Both these rivers join to form the massive Meghna River. At the mouth of these rivers, in the Sundarban Delta, the world's largest delta. Another interesting feature you will notice about the path of the Ganga from the Ambala water divide is that the river meanders a lot before reaching Sundarban. Why do you think that is? The distance between Ambala and Sundarban is about 1,800 kilometers. The slope along the path is very gentle, about 1 meter for every 6 kilometers. The flow of water is very slow, and as a result, the river develops large meanders. The next river system that we will discuss is the Brahmaputra river system. Like the Indus, the Brahmaputra also starts in Tibet, very close to the source of the Indus, from the east of the Mansarovar lake. The Brahmaputra river is slightly longer than the Indus and flows its course eastwards parallel to the Himalayas. A major difference we see here with the Ganga is that the Brahmaputra flows a course mostly outside of India. It enters India from Arunachal Pradesh through a gorge. In order to come into India, the Brahmaputra makes a U-turn at the Namcha Barwa in Tibet. From here, the Brahmaputra gathers strength through its tributaries. First, the Dihang, which is then joined by the Dibang, and later by the Lohit rivers. These are some of the main tributaries that eventually form the Brahmaputra in Assam. The large volume of water also carries along considerable amount of silt. The intricate channels and the raised riverbeds made by this silt form the many riverine islands in Assam. The largest riverine island in the world is also located here. The island has an area of around 400 square kilometers and is home to around 1,40,000 people. During the rains, however, the riverbanks usually overflow and flood several places in Assam and Bangladesh, causing widespread damage. In this module, the three important Himalayan rivers are the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, and the Indus. The main tributaries of the Indus are the Sutlej, the Beas, the Ravi, the Chenab, and the Jhelum. The Ganga starts off as the river Bhagirathi and is joined by the Alaknanda at Devaprayag. The major tributaries of the Ganga are the Yamuna, the Ghagara, the Gandak, and the Kosi. The Brahmaputra is slightly longer than the Indus and flows its course eastwards, parallel to the Himalayas and mostly outside of India. The Brahmaputra gathers strength through its tributaries, the Dihang, the Dibang, and the Lohit.